Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Boy, do I have something great for you guys this morning. To all of my subscribers who paid attention to me when I was talking about Sofi, today we're celebrating. You see, I have this company since they came on the stock market, and I bought them because of the way they came. The CEO, his name is Anthony Noto, he came into the company through a SPAC that was owned by Chamath Palihapitiya, another investor that I have a lot of respect for. And I love the business model, and I spoke about this. Now, this is a classic example this morning of how you don't listen to the fake analysts, these animals that comes out to convince you that, oh, this is not looking good. They cause the uneducated investor to sell and panic. See, this company went all the way down to $4 something at one point. In fact, it's trading today at $9.22, $1.61 up. The 52-week low is $4.45 and the 52-week high is $11.70. And I was buying all the way down in the $4 something range. I brought my average down to like $13, I believe it is, something like that. So I think I'm still down. I have to check. But I believe in this company for the long term, just like NEO. I believe that this company is going to be a behemoth, just like NEO. Not as big as NEO, but a big company. They're going to take a large market share away from the banks. Take a look at this video to show you how the propaganda machine works and why I keep telling you guys, do not listen to the propaganda machine. Take a look at this video, guys, and then we'll go on with the subject.
We preview Sofi ahead of its quarterly earnings release. Joining us now, George Tillis, Senior Markets Correspondent, as he does on Under 30 here to close out the show. Now, George, I was reading something on Bloomberg, and they talk about this company as the one-stop shop that's winning the young affluent. Now, apparently, I'm neither in that crowd of young or affluent or the combo of the two, because I can comfortably say, to my knowledge, I don't know a single person who uses this company.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I just look at, banking and financial services as sort of ubiquitous. And to me, it really doesn't matter which company you utilize, as long as, of course, they're FDIC insured and they're under the same regulatory authorities, which they are. So ideally speaking, that's what SoFi's got going for it. It's all about brand marketing and, of course, appealing to, everything from digital payments and digital banking. Other products that they offer include insurance and brokerage services. So, this is essentially what they're trying to offer as sort of an all-encompassed financial services company for those who don't want the traditional brick and mortar types of services that banks offer. So I think, again, that's something that's not necessarily unique to SoFi, but nonetheless, again, they are increasing the number of active customers on their business or using their apps. Because if you look at last quarter, it actually grew by 47% year over year. They added about 717,000 more customers, and that's a good thing. But we talked about this one in the past, and if you look at the estimates for earnings, this is what it comes down to: is one, are they growing their sales, and two, are they growing their earnings? And if you look at the sales numbers with additional customers that have been added, their estimates are expected to increase by 29%, about 571 million. But at the same time, the adjusted profits are expected to be zero or break even. And again, that's going to be a challenge, especially when you're trying to grow your business. While at the same time, just look at the regional banks going back to the first quarter and maybe in the second quarter of last year where they have struggled. They haven't recovered the majority of those losses since then. So you got to think about these businesses like SoFi that are growth businesses, but they're growing essentially amongst a very large competitive landscape. And I think that's still a structural challenge for the company.
Yeah, George, I completely agree. And I think that what this company was riding on going into this year was the fact that it was really, really set to benefit from some of these resumption of student loan payments. And that tone seems like it's shifted a little bit here. I think it's too early in the year, obviously, to say that like they couldn't still be beneficiaries, but was just that some of this hype maybe a little bit overdone now.
That's the thing. Yeah, I think early on, obviously, there was a big move when the student loan pause was reversed. And of course, payments resumed. I think it was back in October of last year. But at the same time, as the company's generating more visible revenue streams, from what I understand, default rates and repayment rates are actually not the way they were prior to the repayment pause being removed. because of people struggling to pay their student loans. So that again might be a challenge for SoFi. But every time this company makes progress from the standpoint of the price action, the progress sort of gets erased because of the fact that if you just look at figures from the standpoint of profitability, the company essentially is lost about $429 million last year on about $1.9 billion in sales. So they have to finance that hole. So my point is that every time the company makes progress in terms of price, because they're getting closer to break even. And again, if you look at the estimates for 2024, they're expected to print a slight profit for the full year. That progress sort of gets squashed because of share issuances and share dilution. So that's something you have to keep in mind, that, yeah, it makes progress, but then they issue more shares, that progress gets erased, and it's almost like you have to start over again. But nonetheless, the stock is still higher, I think, by 20 or 30% this last year.
Hey, the market's also pricing in that once they do hit that break-even point, they're not looking back. How critical of a point in time is this for SoFi?
It is very critical, I think. I think if they fix their student loan portfolio, they get that right size, they demonstrate that they're cutting operating expenses, and I think that's going to be a big thing to keep in mind for this quarter upcoming, because operating expenses last year were $2.1 billion, and they only generated $1.9 billion in sales. So you can actually see that operating expenses need to come in line. So this is the quarter to actually demonstrate that, especially with the estimates being break even for the quarter, and for 2024 full year, they are expecting, at the very least from what I see, 6 cents of total profits on an adjusted basis.
All right, guys, welcome back. So I hope that this is a great example. The CEO, these propaganda machine, this is the same thing they're doing with NEO. Now, even though they know to themselves that this company, the CEO said that they're going to be profitable this year, they saw the business growing year over year. Unbelievable, my God. It's the same thing with NEO, guys. They see that NEO is putting everything in place, and while the whales are buying, they're telling you, they waste cash burn, they're wasting money, this, that. But this is why I keep telling you, my subscribers, to hold with diamond hands and do your own research, so it gives you conviction as to why you don't sell. This is a company I'm not going to be selling any shares until it hit $50. So anyway, listen to this. SoFi reports impressive fourth quarter 2023 results, with adjusted revenue up 34% year over year to $594.25 million, beating expectations, and I knew it was coming. I even bought over in my Fidelity account. I have like 600 shares there. On my Charles Schwab, I have, I think, 400. Anyway, excuse me, guys. SoFi adds 585,000 new members, bringing its total to over 7.5 million, and anticipates strong growth with a 20% to 25% CAGR through 2026. So they give great guidance. I expect the stock to keep popping even into tomorrow. So all of the analysts that were giving correct and truthful, analyzing the stock in a truthful way, was saying that they expect $14 stock price this year. I believe it could go even higher than that. But anyway, SoFi Technologies shares are trading higher after the company reported better than expected fiscal fourth quarter 2023 results. Adjusted revenue increased 34% year on year to $594.25 million, beating the consensus of $571.70 million. The adjusted EPS on 2 cents beat the consensus of $0, so we became profitable. SoFi added 585,000 new members in the quarter, bringing its total member count to over 7.5 million. 44% year over year. I'm going to leave the link again on the comment section for you guys. I use them for trading stocks. I use them for banking. I use them for credit card. It's an amazing company, guys, and they pay a very high interest rate just on their banking. But anyway, SoFi also added 695,000 new products in the quarter, with a total count of over 11.1 million total products. They do so much more. I get a lot of my information. In fact, I'm reading this off the SoFi app right now for you guys for free. At the end of the quarter in the financial services segment, total products rose by 45% year over year to 9.5 million. SoFi Money, including checking, savings, cash management accounts, rose 54% year over year to 3.4 million products. Adjusted EBITDA rose by 159% year over year to $181 million, representing a 74% incremental EBITDA margin. I knew this was coming, guys. You guys got to give me credit for this. And some of my subscribers who said you guys got SoFi, congratulations. We going great places with this company as well, man. This is why I told you guys in that last video, I hold Ocean, even though they did a reverse split, to be in compliance, because I see where they're going. I could be wrong. We'll see again. Total deposits grew 19% year over year to 18.6 billion. 19%, guys, year over year. At the end of the quarter, with more than 90% of SoFi Money deposits, including checking and savings and cash management accounts, coming from direct deposit members. Excuse me, guys. SoFi projects a first quarter adjusted net revenue of 550 million to 560 million. Consensus of 573.8 million and an adjusted EBITDA of 110 million to 120 million with a 20% margin. For the full year 2024, SoFi expects the tech platform and financial services segment combined to grow at least 50% and lending revenue to be 92 to 95% of 2023 level. That is sick. Woo! It projects an adjusted EBITDA margin of approximately 30% by year end, which equates to a range of 580 million to 590 million for the year. It expects GAAP EPS of 7 cents to 8 cents versus consensus of 6 cents. So they're going to beat it again. Looking beyond 2024, SoFi expects 20 to 25% CAGR for 2023 through 2026, implying 50% compound growth. That is crazy. And I knew they were going to do this, guys. I knew they were going to take a lot of business away from traditional banks. Just like Ocean is taking a lot of business, just like because of the Carvana type business model that they have, and they go beyond that. They teamed up with Alibaba. Anyway, this is about SoFi. Technology platform revenue and midterms compound growth for lending segment revenue. The revenue will likely drive 55 cents to minus 80 cents in EPS in 2026. SoFi expects 20% to minus 25% EPS growth beyond 2026. So this, guys, I wanted to rush and do this video. I just woke up. But I knew this was coming, guys. I told you all, this is a company that fits all the matrix that Warren Buffett, the great Warren Buffett, talks about. They have a great CEO. They have a great business model. They have a great product. They have a great way of delivering it. Everything is digital right off your phone. It is disruptive innovation. Excuse me, guys. So I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational. And for those of you who bought in when I was talking about it, congratulations. We're going to hold this with diamond hands, just like Neo, just like Ocean. No one can shake us. I bought some Ocean again today on the dip. So I hope you guys found this video informational and inspirational. If it did so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we have that warrior mindset where we get rich or we die trying, guys.